Hello and welcome to my C++ class. This is the first ever tutorial of C++, and in this first video you are going to know why you should have to learn C++. So let's deep dive. Why you should learn C++ language? You already have heard about the microcontrollers, and there are so many systems, electronic systems that uses C++ language. The one thing C++ language provide, it's a direct and an efficient model of a hardware. So if you want to work with a hardware to have an particular output for your project, then you are probably going to work with a C++ language. It is very essential for the embedded and high performance application, but the one thing is that it is not specialized. That means it is platform independent. Where you are going to use this language? If you are developing a device driver, for example, if you want to if you are working with a Raspberry Pi Pico and you want to communicate with it, then there obviously requires some of the drivers or a communication stack to communicate with it. If you want to develop an operating system, for example MicroPython, then some of the library that has been implemented in a C++, there are virtual machines, the programming environment, for example any IDE, we can say in the Visual Studio, there is parts of the software that is written in a C++. The C++ has a mainly four style. The one is a procedural programming, the second one is data abstraction, the third one is object orientation, and the fourth one is generic. Well, what is a procedural programming? So if you want to work with, for example, a form from a government where there is some details, for example names, address, phone numbers, email address, date of birth, and so many things, you need to fill up all this detail in a single form, and every time if you want to submit the another form, you have to again fill up this form with the same field, and there you need such a type of data structure that will define your field of input, where you can input an appropriate input, appropriate entry. The second thing is data abstraction, where you can hide your code from another developer, so that there is a less chance of hacking your software or hacking your hardware. The third one is an object orientation. So I think you already have heard about the classes in C++. If you have a little bit of experience in C language, and there we can derive another class that is called a class hierarchy. Generic programming, for example, if you have a port and there is a different type of ships that are coming, and you want to facilitate every ship to your port, and you need a type of a structure where you can facilitate every type of the ship at a single place. We will learn about this programming. I also can give you another example. If you want to print something on a display, and you have 3 or 4 type of data types, but have only one function, so there is a method called a template, where you have to decide The constructor, while giving in data types as an input to that function, and compile will decide which constructor to take into consideration. So we will learn within this course. You probably have one question in your mind, that where C++ used at this time nowadays. It is everywhere, in your computer, in your phone, in your car, in your camera, in everywhere, in your electricity metering system, everywhere. The operating system like Windows, Apple's operating system, Linux, and many other operating system have some of the points that is very critical for the performance is written in C++. Some of the whole commercial system, for example Amadeus, that is an airline ticket booking system, is written in a C++. The well-known companies like Amazon, Bloomberg, Google, and Facebook have some of the parts that is written in C++. For example, Google have a search facility. Most of the part in Google's search facility is written in C++, because it is obviously very fast and very reliable. Some of the implementation that is already working is on Java virtual machine. Some of the interpreters, for example Google's V8. Probably every browsers, most of the part has been written in C++. In today's day, the machine learning is a very important field of research where we require so many numerical scientific methods, and this methods has already been implemented in C++ because of its fast processing. I want to say that C++ is a very close layer. I do not want to say that it is a very close language, but it is a very close layer to the machine level language, and requires less effort to translate it into the machine level compared to other languages. So critical applications where there are so much computations that function also are written in C++. One of the Human Genome Project, NASA's Mars rovers, and search of the fundamentals of the universe. There are so many functions in these projects are written in C++. And you can also see that the C++ is also supported by the variety of the libraries available for the various development, for example Poco or OpenCV. So there you will definitely going to need an C++ for the fast processing.